together. I'm straight. Are you straight? Check it out.
Oh,
I got myself together. Oh my goodness, man.
yep.
Fresh off of a baseball game. The Foundation Kings are up in here. Man, it is yours truly.
Your background.
Oh, my background. I got a nice and fuzzy form. Nice and fuzzy. Let me see here. Let me hook him up. Hook him up. Hook him up. I love to keep it nice and fuzzy for him.
I like it fuzzy.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuzzy.
Keep them scraping and scrambling. You know what I mean?
Well, scrape, scrap. Like he cooking eggs. He's just, yeah, man.
That's some old predator shit right there. Like, really?
Yes.
Really? Got to be kidding me, man. So yeah, man. We got the Kings up in here. Just getting my windows set up. We about to go live. It's the late show. Welcome to the late show. Foundation Kings are definitely in here, fresh off a baseball game. Definitely feeling good, full of energy. So, hey, why not bring it straight to the foundation so that we can have some fun tonight. We're not gonna do too many topics though. We definitely gonna touch on some couple of very crucial um
Ooh.
topics, man. Um but yeah, man. I'm just gonna take a minute to give the folks a chance to get on and let them check in with us and say hello. Then we gonna go ride, man. Give me about 2 minutes, man. But yeah, what's going on up in the Motor City, man? I know something. I know the weather's nice and perfect up there now, right?
Man, man, it's supposed to get down to like the 50s. 50s and cold, man. Getting cold at night. Can't can't leave that window open. You wake up, have a head cold.
Yeah, it's that
Yeah.
time of the year, for sure.
Yep. Yep. This is the year. This is the year if you want to get sick. This is sure enough do it.
Oh
And
my goodness.
put you in the what? We had what? And what September 20, 25 days of 80-degree weather. 25 days. That was a scorcher, man.
Especially up there. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
no, hey, the grass looked terrible, man.
Straight up hay. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? Yeah. It
look at
should be some nice hay rides up that piece this year. Nice hay rides.
I'm trying to set it up, trying to set the grass up now. Got to get it,
Hmm.
put the fertilizer, winterizer, and then seed it and everything. But see, they couldn't even the water. It
Mm,
wouldn't rain for nothing, man.
mm,
It
mm.
wouldn't rain for nothing. So
Yep.
I got to get the greenhouse together. Cause I definitely, I'm telling you, man, vegetarian is showing up coming soon. I'm working at it. It's hard. But it's gonna be in a minute, man. Between food and all the other stuff, woo, man.
Man.
Injecting everything. I used to wonder. Now I realize the reason why all the, cause you remember back in the day when we was in school and stuff, you can count on your hand about guys that might be like 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". In high school, you can count on your hand. It wasn't that many, and now it's like it's flooded. You got 7 feet, you got all this, and got all that. But there's one thing about them: their body and their endurance is totally different, though.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's from all the steroids that they done passed through.
Do the
From
food.
yep, from the hamburgers, from the chicken. Remember, Church's Chicken used to have the turkey wings. So Now they didn't revoke back down to everybody 6. Everybody walk past 6 feet now.
Can you hear me good? Is my reception shaky or what? Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering if it was just me. Yeah, Maxon fell off the screen. Maybe he'll come back. And once he jump back on, we'll better carry on. But yeah, man, it's your man DJ Battle. We definitely up in here. Just gonna wait on Max to jump back up in here so that we can keep the party going. Yep, but how y'all doing this evening? You know, I'm just fresh off a baseball game. My boys, they definitely performed, definitely enjoyed every moment. And that's the reason why we're starting a little late tonight. But like I said, we're only gonna go through a couple of topics. We can get Max back up in here. Hopefully he'll come back up in here. I don't know what happened to his reception, but that stuff happens. You know, but definitely praying everyone's had a great week. I know it's a whole lot going on in the country that we need to talk about. Um, I need to address, but definitely waiting on Max so that we can jump on and get this bad boy popping. I don't know what happened, but I'm definitely waiting on my boy to jump back in here. Yeah, one of those things, boys. One thing about technology, boys, it's good, and then all of a sudden, you know, you just lose connection. Yep. But for everyone I appreciate everyone for checking in on me during the storm. We definitely gonna touch on that once we get back here. Once Max get back on here. Let me see what's going on. Everything good? Oh, interesting. Hmm. I think you. There you go.
Uh,
I don't know what happened.
I just went. It went.
Boop, boop.
Whoop. I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. First she was frozen up.
That's
I was
what I
like,
was like. That's what I was looking at. Like, what was going on?
yeah. Yep. But everything good now. So we'll go ahead and get to the show, man. I'm just gonna take a deep breath, man, and say, welcome to the foundation. It is yours truly, the incredible DJ Battle in the building. And as you can see, man, we got the dynamic duo back up in here once again. But man, you know how I do. I'm doing well. So let's take it up to the 30 minute and 313. See how Maximus the Great doing. What's cracking up your neck of the woods besides the baseball team?
Oh man. Hey, we trying to do some things. We're trying to go all the way around. We're trying to have the football, the baseball, the hockey. We finally starting to be in a whole sports town instead of just a piece of a sports town. But yeah, good weather today. Nice. But it's about to be cold, so we know how October bring. So yeah, we chilling in the D, baby.
Oh yeah, transition season, man. It's good times, like you say. It's really good that the downtown is thriving. All the sports teams are clicking, except for the Pistons.
Are they
Definitely,
gonna be clicking this year?
it's a great times to be up in the Motor City. But I'm down here in the dirty South, and we're gonna jump straight down to the ah, disclaimer time. Basically, letting you guys know it's a couple kings up in here. We're just going to talk about just a couple, really a couple of topics in between the last show and the current one. And we don't want no drama, no BS, no legal issues, none of the above. And why is that, Max, Mr. Great?
Shh. Entertainment only, baby. Entertainment only.
Yes, indeed, man. Entertainment only. And we definitely going to start this out on a somber moment, man. This one right here, this is we using a lot of. First, we lost our big fella James Earl Jones with the deep voice, and that was already a blow to the community. But like I say, anytime you get to that fourth quarter, it should be more about celebrating, more than anything else, instead of looking at it from a sad point of view. You can get up there, and a lot of our folks ain't getting to that fourth quarter. They checking out first quarter,
Yeah, yeah.
barely making halftime. But to make it to the fourth quarter, you can't do nothing but celebrate. But this guy right here, man, John Amos, man, this is like a father figure for all of our people back in the 70s and 80s, man. This was like, especially if you ain't have, we were fortunate to have fathers in the crib. You know what I'm saying? So it still was like seeing somebody who represented that era, you know what I'm saying? Hard working, was more about character. Just at least with the characters he played, he was just a stand-up dude from what I could see, man. And
Strong black man.
strong, man. Oh my
Strong black
goodness.
man.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, man. And he started out playing football, believe it or not. Most people don't even know that.
I remember that. I remember that. He was a beast, man. He was
Yeah.
a beast. Yeah. Hey, can run fast. Cause what was that? Uptown Saturday night. Let's do it again.
That's my joint right there, man. I might look at that tonight or later on this week. I'm just gonna sit back and reminisce on that, man. That right there was just, that movie bring back some good memories, man.
Yeah, man.
Whew.
So every movie that he played in there, I basically seen him, man. Either he was a father or a protector, provider, and the ones that he wasn't in there, he was mostly the enforcer, or he was going to put some work on you. You know, he played football and he was I think a running back, something like that. He was real fast too, man. Yeah, this the one.
Kansas City Mac.
Yeah.
Kansas City Mac. The dude was clever in that movie, man. That was like one of my favorite movies, man. With it was what, Bill Cosby, Sidney
Yeah,
Poitier, Jimmy
yeah,
Walker.
yeah,
If you haven't seen this movie, man, you definitely got to check it out because it's one of those movies you can watch over and over and again and just laugh.
yeah, man. Some real funny stuff, man. What was it, Mongo Slade? And he had the Knickerbockers.
Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, man. Oh man. High water. Was it
Oh
that
my,
high water?
oh my
Man,
goodness, man.
it was too good, man. It's too good.
It was one of those movies you could sit back with your family, you know what I'm saying? Sit back with my pops, watch the movie, and we just laugh, had the popcorn, you know. But that not only that was one of his classic roles, and I'm trying to
Roots.
think of, oh yeah, can't forget Roots now.
Yeah, Roots, man.
Yeah.
Woo. That was one of the main ones, the Roots. Oh yeah, yeah. McDad, well, McDowell. That
McDowell's.
McDonald's. Yeah, it's that McDaniel.
And
Oh,
look,
McDaniel?
and look,
McDaniel?
he had the McDonald's book, looking at the operations book, looking at it, studying in every move, like, you got sesame seeds, 2 quarter. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up? Oh, I won't watch this. I won't looking at nothing. You know, I'm pretty sure, Coming to America was definitely one of everyone's favorites, man. That right there with him and Eddie and
Arsenio
Arsenio.
and all the black actors and actresses on there. Man. Hey man, I gotta get it to him, man. He was in some of the best movies, man. I'm telling you, best movies. Even, one of the greatest TV series that was ever made.
Good time.
Everybody knows, yeah, Good Times. If you ever watch TV, you would see Good Times. No matter if you was born in the 80s and in the 70s, 60s, 50s, Good Time was the one.
Yeah.
And everybody's seen that. They're
That's
just
like,
like different strokes.
yeah. That's but with this show, it was like one of the few shows where they kept it real. You know how with everything else is like, come on, man, you got okay, different strokes. Like, okay, man, y'all got the savior taken care of. You know, Arnold and
Yeah,
Buzz. It's like, that's kind of believable to an extent, but we needed to see something that was a little bit more realistic. You
yeah,
know, and
yeah,
the projects in Cabrini Green in Chicago, but I was like, we had projects like that too, and we had low income like all over the place. And if you ain't, like I said, even if you ain't have a doggone, even if you did have a father figure in the crib, it was still he still felt like a father. Like, dang, he
yeah,
protected family, living check to check because a lot of my folks in that period of time, man, was struggling. They dumped the crack era on us. It was
and
so relatable, man, but you still had a lot of hope after watching it, even though it was a lot of they didn't have nothing. And that's like kind of represent the character of our people, man. Even though we had, minimum, it wasn't about that. What I'm saying? It was about community,
yeah,
neighborhood, but now only thing left is the hood. It took the neighbor out. You know what I'm saying? Like Carl Anderson said, it's just it's like there's no more auntie or grandma sitting on the porch rocking, watching the kids play. No one can 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 scold your child or check them when they doing wrong.
yeah,
It's like we're so far removed from that era, man. It's sad in a way too. Um,
yeah,
but the way things are going, it's gonna force people to go back to, really caring about each other. Which is the way it should be. But yeah, man, like I say, this right here, like I said, was a major blow. Um, Even though you have to look at it as a celebration because he made it to his fourth quarter. So
yeah,
anytime you can get that far, and then hey, that's all right, man. You can get to the fourth quarter. It just seemed. Only thing I kind of disturbs me is last, if you want to call it his last days. It just seemed like he wasn't getting the best care or the best attention. It seemed like he wasn't getting like I don't know if the kids was looking at his money, or I don't want to think like that. It just seemed like they treat him more like hurry up and die, nigga, so you can get this money.
yeah,
That's how it seemed like to me. That's just the opinion. I don't want to jump too much into that. I just want to focus more on the positive. But it just seemed
yeah.
like he wasn't getting the best care like somebody was trying to, you know.
Remember, they just had him in the hospital, and he was crying, talking about how that they wasn't taking care of him, and
Yeah.
yeah. So, and then they showed him because remember he was in the hospital, but that was what just last year.
That was last year.
Yeah, last year. Yep. So
Oh,
I saw a
yeah.
video of him and the daughter out there at some place, like in the desert or something like that. But yeah, it didn't seem like they were taking care of him
It
too
wasn't
good.
warm. It
Yeah.
definitely was no warm and fuzzy type of situation. It didn't
And
seem.
especially when they got to run him to the hospital and he was fighting with them. It was kind of messed up. But hey, I wish everything to be blessed. And I wish everybody, I hope they got over whatever they got over or what they ever accomplished. But I just hope he went peaceful and didn't have to go through so much suffering when it was that time, man. That's the main thing.
Yeah, man. Definitely RIP. And prayer to his loved ones, man. But like I said, that was America's dad. You know,
Yeah.
before Cliff Huxtable, that was America's dad right there.
It's
You know.
holding up to baby. There's no one greater.
I was looking for my pill bottle, but I'm going to go ahead and transition to the next story. Now, this one right here, man, is a more serious note than man. This You look at this picture right here; it's very beautiful. This time of year, in Western North Carolina, this is how it looks. Actually, it looks like this. Probably, it's the colors start to change right about now, and the leaves and and it lasts all the way up to probably like December, almost December. Remember, it's warmer, so it'll take a longer time for the leaves to fall, and the transition is beautiful. But
Yeah.
this place right here is Asheville, North Carolina, and it's right here in my home state. And if you guys by now, I'm sure you've seen it. Probably didn't see it enough because we, for some reason another, they want to cover more about what's going on in Middle East and somewhere that we don't even care about. I don't even want to be that. I don't even want to be cold hearted like that. But look at this. You had a hurricane come through, and it did the unthinkable. It was projected to go, towards in between North Carolina and Tennessee, and curve
George.
off to the left
Yeah.
and to the west and go up through the Midwest. Um, and in most cases, a hurricane, if it does come through, the mountains will probably break it up in most cases. And it's just rain. It may be an occasional mudslide. But this right here was something different because it hit the coast. It was, first of all, so big, and then it hit when it did hit the Gulf of Mexico, and going into the bottom of Florida. It came in as a huge Cat 4. So, and to think about this, a lot of folks from Florida ran up to this area to get
Yep.
away from the hurricane, which is in most cases the right thing to do. Not this time. This time was something different, man. We already had a record rainfall here before this hurricane hit. And when this hurricane, it probably was a strong tropical storm by then. Even that was more than enough to be a recipe for disaster. The levees out here was already at the top. Lake Lure, in particular, in western North Carolina, um, once it hit and they gave the emergency evacuation, and Lord have mercy, it was chaos from that point on. Um, and not just Asheville, pretty much all of Western North Carolina. If you can imagine, it's a lot of homes that are built in lower areas that are probably below sea level in valleys. Um,
Yep.
and a lot of these areas, if you didn't have the dam at Lake Lure, um, the water probably would have flowed there naturally. But you know how people, when they want to build a home, they want to live where they want to live, even though nature in most cases it wouldn't be the best place. But because of the lake and the dam, they're able to reroute certain water and make it go in directions it naturally wouldn't go. Well,
Yeah.
once this dam was breached and they gave that emergency evacuation, it happened so quick and it was just too late.
Yeah.
Um, it was like a huge, if you can imagine looking at Niagara Falls, it was water just rushing through all those cities throughout western North Carolina once the levee broke. And it literally washed away homes, roads, communities, um,
Factories.
factories. Look, there are cities now out in western North Carolina that's not even no longer in existence as of right now. Like it's no more. It's a few
That's,
of them.
yep.
And it's like I'm looking at it and I'm like, and you know how on your phone you get those reminders from, like, if you when you have photos like through Google or whatever, Google Photos or whatever, and it
Uh,
always give you that timeline of what you did here five,
yeah.
6 years ago on the same
Yeah.
day. Those pictures come up when I'm in the mountains.
Yeah.
So we have cabins that we go to that we visit this time of year all the time. And we could have easily been there at that period of time. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And we know people that's out there, that have homes that, they have cabins, horses, the whole nine. Everything was underwater. When they showed the pictures of that water rushing in, you can imagine your home and you sitting in your home and it's like, it's dry. And then next, water comes gushing in, the water to the point to where the water's at the ceiling in less than 2 or 3 minutes. It's already at the ceiling.
Yeah.
Then you looking at homes floating down the road, or not even the road no more. It's a river now. It's just homes floating. And the horror stories are, I'm hearing, I heard so many horror stories, man. I just had to sit and just, man, I just had to, like, man, I can't, I don't know if I can read more. You know, you
Yeah.
had You had a grandparents on top of a roof, just sitting, waiting for help, holding their grandson. Water
Yeah.
just came. They took a picture before the water before the house totally collapsed and they just been engulfed in water. They found them later down the road. Another elderly couple was found holding each other. Like that was
Yeah.
their last moment. A lot of universities flooded. A lot of kids are still missing. You know, the death toll as of right now, they say is over 200 people. It's going to be way more than that because there's probably like at least 1,600 people missing or more that's missing. And you like I say, man, it's places that where homes once stood is now completely gone. You just either see water or you see uh,
Mud and trees.
mud, and now it's stenched up because it's bodies all over the place.
Yeah. Then the other thing about the sewage too.
And the sewage there is no sewage out there either.
Uh,
The whole infrastructure has been wiped out. And
uh,
we talking about one of the most beautiful places in the country. You know, there's two scenic highways that's considered the top two highways in America. One is Highway 5 in Cali, obviously going up to LA all the way up to Seattle. Um, Beautiful drive. Well, guess what? This one right here is always Blue Ridge Parkway always is right there neck and neck with Highway 5 for the top most scenic highways. And the one in North Carolina, they're gonna have, I don't know what they're gonna do because it's closed. Some roads they've said, look, they put a DOT has put alerts out saying this road will be reopened in October 2025. They got timelines like that. This place would never be the same as we know it. The way it was before that flood happened, it'll never be that way again. They're gonna have to do something totally different.
yeah.
Totally different.
Yeah, because you gotta think about that. Just the levee just went and you just washed away probably like 6 or 7 cities right quick. Like the part that got me was the point when you remember they were talking about it was gonna be between like 8, 6 to 8, and then 8 to 20 feet. Well, they showed a tree and a cooler. I mean, it was a tree. Yep, they showed the tree, a chair, and a cooler. So the tree was sitting right by the building. The chair was on top of the up at the top of the tree, and the cooler was on like one of the branches. So then they had showed the building. They showed a line. You saw a dark line. You saw a light line. They said that the tree and the chair and the cooler was over 15 feet. So that means that the flood was like 20 something feet. 20 feet, man. It's, it's trees that's not 20 feet. You know what I'm saying? 20 feet up in the air. Most
Ooh,
houses not 20 feet.
nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
20 feet, that's up there. So when you start talking about 15 and 20 feet, everything is flooded. It's nothing. There's no way. I mean, anybody who's in a crib or any place and stuff, when you get to that level of water, 20 and 15 feet of water, only thing you can have is a boat.
Man.
It's nothing. It's nothing. Nothing can survive through that. You think about it, and that was at the places where they had some peak, where they was up. So if you were down the lower part, sure, it might be like 30, 40 feet up in the air.
Mm.
Tidal waves. It wasn't the stuff that you see in the movies. No, this was the real thing. The mudslide, roads collapsing, um, people getting stuck and they steady trying to drive through and this stuff. this was worse, man. You know, they didn't have to have no tornadoes touch down. They didn't need none of that. They just let Mother Nature just flood it with water and the wind, which,
Mm.
you know, uprooted most of the trees. Half the trees was uprooted because it was so much water that it just ripped the foundation from the roots. So yeah, this right here, this storm right here, put an eye opener on what you be thinking and where you safe at, and you ain't really safe. You know, you building houses in areas where you're so down in the valley, or you building on the side of a mountain, you know, and then all of a sudden a storm coming and the mountain start deteriorating, and you get a flood stuff, and now your crib washed down the mountain. That's what I say, man. Some places you just can't build homes. You know, it's just not. It's just don't make no sense.
Nope. Nope. You really can't. And yeah, it's just so disheartening, man. You know,
And
to see so many places just decimated in one time, just washed away.
Tennessee had problems too. Tennessee had it, and Georgia too.
Yeah, Tennessee caught some of it. I think they didn't get it as bad, but they did, like you said, they did catch some of it, and but Western North Carolina definitely was. It was worse. If you Katrina was bad, Katrina was bad because of how they directed the water to the lower the lower income folks. That's
Yeah,
that's who got displaced. This is different because a whole region of the state is underwater.
yeah,
People don't get the gravity of that situation. They couldn't direct no water. Everybody got engulfed in that piece.
yeah,
Everybody.
yeah.
So here's something I'm thinking about. Um, wouldn't it have been nice if the folks in Western North Carolina would have got some aid, like some buses to bus them out, some EBT cards, some lodging, um, some funding, just so they can, you know, bounce back. They
Yeah.
did look, FEMA reportedly didn't have enough. Why
Wait a
they
minute,
have
wait a
resources?
minute, wait a minute. I want to say something too on the FEMA thing too. Now
What's up?
this might, I don't know if this is exactly true, but I heard that a bunch of the states which that FEMA was trying to put the funds and stuff in the states, they voted against it. The same, North Carolina, it was a bunch of Republican states voted like, nah, we don't need to do the FEMA stuff
Facts.
and blah 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 blah. Now all of a sudden,
Help! Help! We need it. Hey,
hey,
look what he said last time. Go
don't,
help us.
don't this
But
sound like the same thing with the pandemic though? Remember with the pandemic when they said the government said when what's name took in charge of it, and he said, "Well, now we ain't got to worry about supplies. We ain't had to worry about none of that stuff. Oh, forget it." And then all of a sudden, when something happened, now everybody want to be like, "Oh man, gotta get the supply. Where the supplies at?" Well,
ah,
I cut it off because I thought we went with need for it. This the same thing with FEMA with the FEMA stuff. You want to say it ain't needed, but as soon as a disaster comes, here we come. Now you want to be bitching about the government? No, y'all the one signed that motherfucker bill. Like, nah, we don't need no FEMA. FEMA ain't did shit for us. now you screwed.
help! Help! Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's tough, man. But this was just something different. This is when the whole region is underwater, you got to get the help down here. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, shame on them for the folks who basically
Said fuck them.
said because they're in their
Bubble.
stately home and mansions. Um, yeah, this was so catastrophic, man. You had to overlook all that. Now, I can get that as far as like them being able to say, well, y'all say y'all didn't need it, so I get that. But what about the folks? We had folks here like, I know it was a race car driver that was flying helicopters doing rescue. They told him to go away. They wouldn't let him rescue people.
Huh? They
That
didn't
I don't
want no
agree with.
Kobe. They didn't want no Kobe accident, man.
Man, skip.
Hey, man. Hey, look. You know how? Look. If you this the problem with this the other problem with that. If you say you rescue somebody and then you rescue another people, you do good, then all of a sudden this one don't go right. Now all of a sudden they want to sue the rest car
Uh,
driver
Before they
for
get on, just put the
stop.
waiver out. Give them the
Yeah.
waiver first, like with the waiver out first, like y'all want to get in, sign here and here. You agree to these terms?
Uh, see, but that's the problem. That's the biggest issue, man. They
You
be
know,
suing them. They be suing them if shit
yeah,
go wrong. They
yeah,
so
that's
quick.
tough, man. This is such a humanitarian emergency. Like you said, I get it, but Mud ain't thinking about that when
Yeah.
they got nothing but water around them. And this was the situation. It was like an island around. There's just nothing but water surrounding it. But like you say, you gonna fly over. Hey, dude, I'm sorry. You might sue me. That's fucked up, man. But it's real. It's real, man. This is that's in certain situations, man. They got to be able to, you know, hey, how do you beat that? I mean, you motherfucker got to travel with a damn digital waiver. You can't get on until you sign this waiver.
Oh yeah, take a
Tough,
picture.
man.
You gotta wink your eye twice. Yeah, that means
Right.
okay, you can get on. So yeah, man, because they didn't want that's probably the main reason why they didn't want that to happen. Because if going wrong, you know, even though that water was rushing and stuff, still had winds. So the wind would have hit the helicopter wrong, and motherfucker would have fell in the thing and had a crash. First thing they'd be like, I'm suing them. They know they shouldn't have drove down here and got us at this type of point. So my whole thing is when this happened, you should have had the reserves. You should have had the National Guard, Coast Guard. You should have all those ones that was by the port. You should just transport them helicopters, them Hueys, and all that stuff. It should have been a military contingency plan to get these people out, and that should be all the way thought about from just having Katrina.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the Katrina thing, they should have had this already, mapped out. Said, look, we get in a situation where so much water or for so much thing, we need to have these Hueys here, these helicopters here, these boats here, just in case, you know, or we should have these to fly there already set up and gassed up to fly there. But when you start messing with the pilot, like we going again, politics. The money that where you be thinking the money should go to, it ain't the money where it's going to. Because FEMA should be most definitely one of the biggest things where we should be putting money into of anything because of all these hurricanes. We good. We know a hurricane gonna come every year, at least three good ones gonna come. Even though they might not be, major, Florida gonna get at least three hurricanes in a year. The least. You know what I'm saying? So that should be already set to the side. That budget should be set right there. Like you talking about all the rest of the stuff you're trying to cut out, and you don't want to pay on other things. That FEMA, it need to be there because you think about it when what the last hurricane before there when it came up the East Coast, flooded all that stuff on the East Coast, knocked all that stuff, the fishermen, the boats, and all that stuff. It's all that Come on, man. Start thinking about our country. Y'all can send money overseas and repair everybody else, but we can't spend no money for the people here and repair our area.
That is just so irritating. You know what I'm saying? I get tired of hearing about, other folks that's having war, oh, over there in Israel. And I'm like, man, look, we get that, but y'all need to be taking care of home, period. You know, Ukraine, Israel, all that. I mean, that other folks handle their affairs. Let's focus on home. Focus on home. And speaking of home, have you your supermarkets might start looking like this? We touched on it a little bit last week, hoping that everything will work out. You know, with this whole East Coast port shut down, and as you can see, man, the workers walked off. They walked off, and you know, it's on. I went to Sam's Club, just to get some last minute items, and I think this go around, folks have definitely been paying attention, and
It's
they're
already
stocking up. So they are definitely stocking up. I was out there, like, man, we talked about this. We've been talking about this for quite some time, and here we are. It's at our doorstep. And it said the longer this thing go, man, this is a recipe for disaster. Think about what's going on already here with with the storms. Um, the damage is done in the state and other places that's having chaos right now. And now you talking about not being able to stock up your shelves, or not as frequent because you got a logistics nightmare where you got to have food come from the West Coast. Um, they're gonna pass that cost to you when it gets here on top of inflation. So now your loaf of bread might be $10 now. You know, so we always been talking about the green thumb and being self sufficient, and it's it's right here at our doorstep, man. But what's your thoughts, man, on these folks, man? You know, shutting the country down, even though we know really it's some bullshit, because we know the real reason why they wanna wanna
yeah, we
shut
know the
down all
real
the news.
reason because the point is technology.
Bingo.
Technology. This is reason why, like I said, two things. It's gonna be two things that us black people gonna have to really have to get in focus with. And to me, it's skilled trades, uh, farming, agriculture. And then the other thing is like natural, uh, natural energy, like sun, solar, air, water, windmills, all these things that you're gonna need because of the gas prices. While people were screaming, talking about, oh man, they forcing us to do gas. Well, guess what? When that port over there, when there ain't no gas coming through that port and all that, you think the prices now? Shit, you better start thinking about solar now. You talk about them damn electric cars and all that. Shit, watch how the gas price gonna jump, and they waiting for the holiday. That's what they really trying to do. They're trying to wait for y'all when y'all go get the shopping for the holiday, and then by the end of the holiday, the December and January and everything, you're gonna be broke because you ain't gonna have nothing. It ain't gonna have nothing because it's already set up like this. You know, you ain't gonna be able to have no vitamins. They talking about steel. And I ain't talking about where everybody else worrying about the fashion and clothing and all that. Fuck that. I'm talking about the batteries, where you got for your phones, your cars, for everything that you got. Then from the construction material, They're bringing stuff over from the scrap, drywall to gypsy board and all the rest of that stuff. Tools, metal. We as a country, as being as a consumer, instead of like I said, what we should be doing is doing the damn taking everything and recycle. If we start recycling, start putting into recycling companies in each state. So when shit get old, you just break the shit down, recycle it, and push it back out. That make more independence than us steady gotta keep buying shit from overseas. See, and this right here will fuck up put them workers right here, import workers. Because if you start doing recycling, you ain't gonna need all these port workers. Because a lot of the shit you ain't gonna have to ship everything in.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they're striking so bad, because they know they got the power to do everything, because everything is shipped in. There's nothing that's being made here. And then the stuff we making here, we send it to other countries, but shit, we not taking care of our people here.
Nope.
So, that's the biggest problem we got right now. And if you think about it, if you look at it, 90% of the people that's working them docks are not us. I want to tell y'all people, y'all ain't gonna realize it. Them people is not us. So it's fucked up, man. This right here is devastating. Because once this shut down, like they kept saying, once the truckers can't deliver. It start from the ships to the truckers, then the truckers to the plants and to all the little areas where they go, the warehouses. Then the warehouse workers ain't gonna be working no more because they ain't got another thing. Then distribution to the other places like hospitals, to factories, to all the stuff. They ain't gonna be working no more because they ain't gonna be getting enough supply. And then from there, you go to the restaurants. And the restaurants, they're not gonna be needing nobody because nobody gonna be coming there to pay for the food because they ain't got the workers. See, that's what the thing people don't realize. This country is flow from distribution to distribution to distribution to distribution, then finally it get out to the people. And when you cut distribution off, you ain't got nothing else because we don't make nothing.
Right.
If we start making stuff and make stuff in this country, we could change this whole concept.
Right.
What we supposed to be years ago? Supposed to be making the highways where we can go from one side of the country, one part of it from the east to the west.
Superhighway.
Supposed to be having super highways. Never ever want to do the super highway. We ain't doing it. We're not even doing the super trains. We're not doing the trains, the hyper trains, the ones where you can take the train from this part of the country and go all the way to the other side of the country
quickly.
See, that's the problem. We steady doing old shit, and we starting to go well. Y'all let AI. When you start letting AI computers run everything, you scaring the people. They're getting scared now. They're like, all right, man, I got this. I'm making $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 a year. Now this computer about to take my job. What I'm about to do?
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming.
Yeah, so I mean, we doing this to ourselves.
Oh yeah.
Instead of us doing, if you want to do all this computer shit, you got to do like over in China. I'm sorry, you got to have classes. Every kid got to come in there, got to learn computers. That's the first thing. You got to learn how to make computers, break computers down, and work on computers. If you don't do it like that, the robots gonna take out everybody. It ain't gonna be no jobs. So people talking about Social Security and all that. What for? We got robots to do it. I already said the money stuff. Right now, we shouldn't even be worrying about money. we should be worrying about how to exist between each other.
Oh man, that's the main thing for this country.
No, nigga, I'm
That's the
talking
number
about
one
the
problem.
world, period.
Well,
Everybody. That's our biggest problem is we steady, everybody trying to be
beefing.
emperor. Everybody want to be king or emperor. Look, man, we got other shit that's out here. I ain't gonna even talk about it, but we got shit that's out of space. We got shit that's in the water. We got nature that's not playing with us. Because if anybody's seen that hurricane, the hurricane was about the half of the size of the country. It was from Florida all the way up to the bottom of Michigan. That's half of the country, man. It's spiraling around. So people got to realize, man, it's more than life than just you're gonna be making these dollars and stuff. Okay, you make these dollars, but if you ain't here, what use?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Killing our generation, man.
Can't take it
Kill
with you.
Nope.
I'm looking at this comment. Tracy says it's tissue made in the U.S. Please do some research, and they will start back tomorrow. Um, yeah, that's true. I mean, stores um have learned from the pandemic, and they have done some additional stocking. But we're looking at a long term issue, especially because first of all, the main issue is basically um, not only do they want this steep increase of a 77%
75.
wage
Yeah.
increase, and I'm like, good luck on that. You basically the only thing you're gonna do is force them to really bring out the robots and automation.
Yep.
Um, it's it's ridiculous. You basically can't stop technology. You can't guarantee that you know technology is not going to impact your industry. And I think that's what they're trying to protect and basically keep it the way it is with as is without technology because they want to guarantee it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. They're going to if they got a quicker way, a better way to doing it. As you know, robots don't have to sleep. They and from my understanding, I know engineers that they said this tech they already just about there to have the robots pretty much take over that industry anyway. It was
Yep.
just a matter of time. So no, you can't guarantee and force somebody's hand, and which is all they basically doing is trying to force their hand and shut the country down, at least call themselves uh, teaching a lesson is not gonna happen, man. It may on the short term, yeah, you're gonna if anything, it's gonna cause this place to go into chaos because it's the wrong time. Especially it was already bad before the storm. Now you
Yeah.
have a storm, it's worse now. So
Yeah.
yeah, tissue will be there. We know that. But that's only because they learned from the last time and they were able to stock up. The longer this thing goes, which I don't know how long it'll go because it all depends on how ready are these robots before they unveil them. So
Yeah,
but
they ready. I
so
already seen them.
so
I
once
seen
they
them.
unveil them, then it's like, okay, they're gonna be like, y'all can just run the fuck on. We try to get y'all. They try to give them a 50% increase, and the leader was like, nah, nah. We're gonna make y'all pay and show y'all. Oh, now y'all need this. We're gonna teach y'all a lesson. Then I'm like, okay, dude. Okay, I hear you. But then we see the leader, that's leading the charge. We see how he living. He got him a nice little big mansion out there in Jersey, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for it. Get your paper, do what you do. But don't make it seem like you ain't eating. You ain't eating good. You first of all, New Jersey, a high place to live to live
Any,
anyway. And you throwing you have this huge, mansion and you crying the blues.
uh,
You about to really cry the blues once when they done with you.
man.
When they done with you, trust me, this shit ain't gonna go away quietly. They
I
gonna
don't know.
yeah. Yeah, okay, B, we got you. We got you. We're gonna go ahead and expose you since you ain't eating. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And you want a 77% increase and 50
Yeah.
wasn't enough. You know, and now you want these guarantees that they won't let automation or technology take over. Like, dude,
Man,
tell the auto industry that. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, we want to go back to just going back on the assembly line and everybody, one person turn the nut all day, the other person turn the crank. It's over. You can't do that shit no more.
nope,
Technology is here. It really comes down to you being prepared to deal with it and have a plan. You can't stop you can't stop big money, especially with technology. They're going to go forward with automation and making
profit.
it more efficient. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You better get your skill set up. That's what it really comes down to.
Yep, yep, yeah. That's what it really comes down. You got to get your, got to, man. To me, this was me. It's dumb anyway to think that y'all gonna have manual work where everybody getting cranes, driving cranes, and that. You know what? If if they would have been if they would have been smarter, I think what they should have did for all the dock workers and all the people, they should have learned them drone, should have had drone classes because a lot of this stuff was they're gonna have the technology, like they're gonna have to have the drones. They got the joystick that lift it up and whatever, and then you can have one person do like 4 or 5 or 6 people job with one little operation.
Yeah,
So I never ever thought that as the dock workers and stuff that y'all was gonna make this money forever, where you can just wait on the ships and then you you got to get a high low or something to pull this over. Got a person pull it. Said, man, everything. If y'all try to make semi trucks automatically, where you don't have no driver and such and such, what is y'all thinking, man? You got cars, Teslas out on the thing. You got all these cars out here now. They can drive on their own. So you gonna tell we gonna stop the industry so y'all can have y'all jobs where everybody else ain't gonna be able to have their job because of technology. It's doctors getting put out of their job because of technology.
yes,
You
indeed.
know, I mean just surgeons, nurses. They got robots coming in now being nurses and everything. So how in the fuck you think just because you drove a high low or you did a back or you got you a little pug truck, you got your skill that they not gonna say, hmm, I can get this robot to do everything and don't pay him nothing. No insurance, no pay.
You ain't gonna complain.
Yeah, he ain't gonna all I gotta do is break down, then I get somebody to fix the robot, then we keep going. Then I have them on standby. So when the robot break down, then we do it manually. You see, that's the way how it is. It's now it's like that. The people is the backup for the robots, not the robots for the backup for the people.
Yeah,
So this is crazy for him to think that we gonna let China, Russia, Japan, all these other countries got automatic docking areas where the things pick up and they moving stuff out like this.
light
While we
years
gonna
ahead.
be like this, we gonna
We're gonna
I
lift.
gotta wait
On the
here.
count of three. Let's lift. One.
Wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. He come in at 6:30. We gotta wait on him. He ain't been feeling good. So we gonna call in somebody else to come in and force backup. No, they ain't gotta do that. They get that robot. Doo, doo, doo. Boom, 6:30. Your ass don't come. The robot already at work. And it's doing it all day until it break down. See that's the skill that we should be promoting. We should be promoting skills where we can fix on these things. That's the skill. We know we need to learn how to fix on these robots. Because what? The next minute you're gonna have robots fixing robots. So now you're gonna really put yourself out of business.
That's when it's gonna be a problem. It's already just about there.
Yes.
Um, and I think that's their biggest fear is being replaced and knowing that that's the only skill set they have is doing a high low or forklift. Oh, motherfucker, you got to evolve, man. You got, if anything, nowadays, I hate to say it, you just got to have more than one skill set. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You just do. You
yeah,
know, the whole era of working at one gig until you retire, that shit been gone since the factories was outsourced to different
hey, actually,
yeah,
that
yeah.
started in the no 70s.
It was
In
start. It
the
start.
70s.
They planted the seed. Then they
Yep.
planted. They plotted out. Then you saw the effects of it taking place in the 80s, 90s. Is like you saw the results, and that's why you saw. Of course, with dumping the drugs on the community at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had a plan. They had a plan to outsource how to make it more automated, more industry. Go throughout some of them plants. You ain't gonna see a lot of people doing like the old days on the old assembly line.
Man.
Robots doing the majority of the work. Now you still gotta have a person to oversee it and still kind of help run it. But they're gonna always figure out ways on how to replace you.
Yep.
Always.
And it's easier to do that than to try to make a job to keep you in work. See that people don't realize it, this is the only job that humans can really only can do, and I'm gonna tell you, people might say it, and I'm gonna say it's cooking. It's cooking because a robot never can tell you the flavor of things or whatever. It takes individuals to do
It's a
that.
little spicy. It's a little spicy. You got a tank robot too. He said he said you got to sample it one time first. Yeah,
Oh,
you're right.
this robot King Tank. A
But
robot named
yeah, and
Tank.
like you just said, and I was gonna say that. You still got fields where you're gonna need a human touch. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna trust no robot to make a certain make food
Yeah,
in
certain food.
total. I,
Yeah,
I, if a place is totally automated and they're like, yeah, and that's their bragging point, like, yeah, man, they ain't got no people, it's all automated. I'd be like, yeah, you tell me how that works out for you, because I'm looking for at that point I'm looking for the food truck. You know what I'm saying? Where the food truck?
yeah,
Hell no, man. The food industry, I'm not certain things I'm not gonna trust robots with. That's one of them.
yeah,
You can't account for a screw dropping in the motherfucking burger.
yeah.
Like
Look,
come across the line and something drop in it. You know what I'm saying? A bolt or something, they could be like, man, oh, God, no, truth. Motherfucker should be off. Nah, man. And plus,
look,
and like you just said, he's highly dependent on. He gonna have to have a chef program. Be like, somebody got to taste it, whatever
yeah,
the food he making. And nah, man,
yeah,
nah, they can certain items they'll be able to get away with. I get it. They can have a
yeah,
burger go down a conveyor belt, and I'm gonna be flat out. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I know a place is automated, I'll be like, I ain't fucking with it.
man. Because you already know that if they automate, they don't have the seedless food. Everything gonna be seedless, so they don't care. That the touch. People gotta remember the taste of the human. To taste the flavors and everything. You can only be human to enjoy those factors like that. But the other things, I'll tell you, the other jobs, which is the robots will not be able to do, is home improvement. It's from carpentry. Like doing the houses, the wiring, putting all that stuff like that. Because it take delicate work. Then even like a plumber, you got a robot plumber. I can't see that. He go in the bathroom. He might pour some shit down the thing. A person can do that. So
Motherfucker tear down your crib, huh?
yeah,
Motherfucker
I'm saying,
destroy your crib. He's supposed to come snake the crib. You tear that motherfucker down.
you know, so it's just things like that. And then the thing that I really is into is this new energy, this natural renewable energy, where you're building solar plant, there's, wind tunnels and windmills and all that stuff. Well, a lot of that stuff, when you get down to it, you got to have the hands to get under there, do certain stuff and just pull a line. A lot of robots ain't able to do that yet. The technology for that is kind of like skippy right now. But the rest of this stuff, 99% of the jobs now, AI. What they say, you can call if you want to do word sheets or spreadsheets or do everything, just put chat GT and this and this and it do all the information for you. So that's the reason why I'm saying a lot of our jobs where people really get paid for, that's gonna be obsolete in a minute. Because the
right.
computers can do all that.
Oh, in the blink of an
You
eye.
know, it's gonna have to be real skills like painting, artist, where he doing stuff, and they're already taking over the damn film writers. So they had another person complain about that about the complain about the robots and stuff, writing their shows and everything. Well, I mean, that's something right there should automatically be denied. You should not be able to make a movie or do a script through a robot because there's no creativity. That robot already, it's just gonna take a whole lot of random stuff, put them together, put them in a format, and boom, there go your movie. But a good movie is when an individual actually put that work and their mind into it, and that's how I
Well,
feel.
and that's music. You know what I'm saying? Music, what arts? You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, that's one of the fields that I feel. The human experience is definitely where the creativity comes into play. Um, yeah, a computer can mimic some stuff, but it's nothing like the human experience of creativity. As far as music goes. Some other industries, like you said, like that food industry is going to be kind of you still have some wiggle room where if anything you can use technology to your advantage. If you
Yeah.
if you have good cooks and have something, have technology, put it on the the computerized waiter or Uniblab back here. Let them
Yeah.
take it out to them. Like, "Man, take your order, motherfucker." They might make them racist too. Take your damn order, nigga. So you can use it to your advantage, but you still gotta have that. You gotta have you can still be effective in today's world, and not totally be wiped out by the computer, But like you said, you gotta do your research, and it's gonna be things like, food, arts, music,
Sport
sports. You gotta have sports. Let's
and,
say,
and schooling.
yeah, yeah. So
Because the computer can tell you the answer, and then it can break it down to you. But I think it's more if you, I don't know, man, how the day is with the school and stuff. I don't know, man, because you
use
got
that just use it to your advantage. Homeschool. You
yeah,
you can get a curriculum on school, but you still need that person there to kind of guide you and teach you. Because that old school way is slowly that's dwindling down too. Because teachers are burnt out. They got oversized classroom. Kids not even developed because of technology. They just so used to looking at a screen that they can't hold their attention, and they're going into high school with you know the mind of a skill set of a first grader. Still can't write a whole sentence, but they're expected to write essays and book reports and
man.
can't even put a sentence together. So then then they gonna get slick and call themselves using technology and I'm gonna chat GPT, put a damn paper in. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
Write a 10-page paper on how to create water. Yeah,
oh
look, chat GPT do it too. It'll be a
yeah.
lot of fluff in there, but and then the teacher be like, "You ain't write this mother. You can't even place a damn sentence together." So so that's why it's we in trouble with education. With as far as um, basically you just babysitting in school. Nah, you just babysitting because the parents ain't don't have time to teach the kid. They expect the teacher to be able to do
Do
everything,
everything. Be the
everything.
babysitter, the educator, the nutrition.
Everything
everything.
for
And then
25,000.
and then get mad at him. You
Why
ain't
you
a good
fail?
teacher. You ain't a good
You don't
teacher.
got teacher.
I called you, I text you, I've been saying all day that we need to get together. Well, I'm busy. I'm at work. And when I'm at work, I don't want to be disturbed.
That's your job. You the teacher. Teach.
Yeah. And
That's why
that's
we.
how it is.
That's why our taxpayers pay you that good money. They looking at
Mm,
their check and that shit say 23. Same
Man,
thing they was making it
30,
30, 40 years ago.
man, 30,000. Man, the average one is making what 50 something, 60,000. Man, and every teacher, I don't care if they're elementary, college, whatever, each teacher should at least bring home $1,000 a week. The least,
No,
the
no.
least. Because you got to
Hey,
think about it, man. All day you writing out these, setting up everything for the school. Then after school, you got to sit down there and check people homework, individual, one by one, reading stuff.
I'm gonna go a step further.
Woo,
They need to be paid what the lawmakers get paid, senators, and
yeah,
let the lawmakers make what the teachers make, cause they ain't doing no damn job anyway.
nope. I
Uh,
think we backwards, man.
yeah, yeah,
That's the biggest problem.
yeah.
This country is backwards. The people that who should get paid the most get paid the least. Just
Yep.
like we think about it, mail carriers, police, bus drivers, um, shit, man. The ones who work for the government and stuff, they don't get the money that they should get. And and the teachers is like number one, the unappreciated. And I just said over and over and over again that they just treat them like they dummies. You know what I'm saying? They just say, look, man, you ain't doing nothing. You when you come home from you go to work and you gotta be at work at 6 o'clock early in the morning, to start your facility, get your stuff all together, your agenda for your class. Then all through the day, you checking on making sure all these kids paperwork from different classes. That's 8 hours from 8 different classes. You doing class work. Then after that, you stay after school
Meetings.
to make sure that you got your lessons together for tomorrow or the homework and everything together, or set up everything. Then you go home. You got to go home, get you something to eat or whatever stuff. And then you go back to start checking
Checking paper.
homeworks
Mm-hmm.
and making sure stuff is did before you go to bed. And most of the people, they going to bed at 9 or 10 o'clock.
She's
So
terrible.
their whole day, they don't have a day to themselves. The only time they get their days is on the weekends. And then if you think about the weekend, if you with the wrong, if you're on the wrong subject, you got homework on the weekend that you're gonna be doing. You have to be reading. Like I need these assignments did on the weekend, and I got say you got 300 students. You got to check 300 all the way from Saturday to Sunday, and then come in there Monday and have these people papers ready and have them everything set up. I think they're teachers, man. If they should be making at least $1,000 a day. I mean, a week. They should be bringing home $1,000 a week, no less. No less.
Yeah.
You can't get them, man. You can't get them people no 500, 600, $800. No, they need 1,000 bring home. So when they get up, they ain't gotta be worrying about I gotta pay for this, this, and this. And then they be buying school supplies for their kids. People don't talk about that. They take
That
their
chip,
money,
that
their
chips away at your
own
money.
pocket money.
That chips away at your money. And then you
Yeah.
look at, okay, now where can they afford to live with that what they getting paid at today's rate? You can't even qualify for a home that you wish you can live in, on the low end. So you basically renting at this point. You renting an apartment You writing all these
Yep.
badass kids. You looking at all these fucked up papers. Like this motherfucker can't even spell. He still can't. I'm doing my part. I'm frustrated. And then you get there, and this little illiterate motherfucker just put out a money box, a big wad of money, and tell you you ain't doing a good job. And this what you wish you need to be doing what I'm doing. Oh, look at all this money I'm making. Teach.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate smack. That's like, you know what? Teacher be like, man, fuck this. I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
out. Just walk out the class. Just fuck it. I'm out.
Yep.
Damn selves.
Yep. Teacher. That's teaching is come from teacher. You gotta have love in your heart to be a teacher.
Yeah.
You can't be no teacher that don't love people. You
Not
gotta
that
have
pay rate.
yeah. But you know, uh, I can't say all teachers though because you got a lot of them that's not right. But I'm just saying, just to be able to be in that field, you got to be able to take disrespect from child, from little kids talking to you all different ways that 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 you wouldn't get from adults. You wouldn't take that from an adult, but you got to take this from a kid. Over and over and over, or kids spitting. Throwing paper at you when you turn it back, or shooting spitball at you. Putting shooting spitballs in your hair, or putting glue in your seat, or all types of stuff. Take the chalkboard, and you take the powder and puff it all up over the seat. So then when you sit down, you got all white powder on your pants or whatever. It's just so much stuff that teacher had to go through, and they don't get the love that they should get, man. They're the ones who need the flowers brought to them every day. They should be able to get a meal, a
They should
free
be
meal,
they should be able to get like
a
a,
voucher.
ABC. I mean, get a liquor store voucher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After
Yeah, because
after a long day of work, this little bad motherfucker. This motherfucker.
well, hit a good joint, nigga, so they can relax and look at the paper like,
And the
"Ooh,
last day of school, boy, they get to enjoy them summers, boy.
ooh."
Lord.
And ain't getting paid.
They ain't getting paid no money, so I can't go nowhere now. I got to get a job.
And I got to get this
That's
unemployment all the
that's some
way through the
bullshit.
summer.
Oh, that's some bullshit. Look, nah, dog. Now you start to see them, like you see, you start to see them teachers to be like, fuck them kids. And they just
Yep.
be out there just hand them down candy all day, and tell them take these sheets of paper and see who can who can circle the word the most times, and I'm gonna give y'all we're gonna play some Monopoly and some board games all day. That's where we at now. But definitely gonna get out of there. I know we getting long winded. Um, one more, man. Our boy, brother love, man.
Take that, take that.
Definitely not gonna spend much time with this cat either, man. But I heard that there's a hotline now that victims can call a lawyer. And was that the one says in Texas? Or was it LA? Anyway, there's a lawyer, man, that has a hotline that says if you've been diddled by the ditster, then you can be compensated. So I was like, man, this shit right here, man. This is we know it's a big distraction, and they just over the top with the memes and videos and cartoons. It's like, man, how this dude get any kind of shot in court, man? Everything they got out on him, man. But when you got money, man, they'll figure out a way. But man, he gonna be they gonna break his pockets, and then they gonna hang him out, make him probably serve the rest of his life. So it's crazy, man. I just think I think it's a shame, and you know all I can say is keep an eye on this cat because it's only I honestly think it'd be an Epstein for sure. They gonna Epstein him for sure.
You don't think it? You don't think he might take the Quaalude to rock himself and go to sleep?
Right. It's possible because he ain't built he ain't built for taking that kind of time after the life he been living in that type of environment.
No, man. I see him. I don't see him. He can't take it because I just I could just keep going back to the same picture, nigga. Just every time when I see him, all I can think about is him and his nephew. And when they was out there talking, he was talking about Shaq. Yeah,
Oh, name
Shaq
dropping.
family. And then he was talking about LeBron. And then he was talking about all the stars and all the politicians and then had a little boy naming them off, Oprah Winfrey and all this stuff. I just see this. This is about to be just the mess of one of the I think I can say what one of the foulest. It might be the foulest situation. Been a long time since the Playboy Mansion, and to me, what's the difference? What's the difference? What's the difference between them with the Playboy Mansion and all the rest of them things? They did the same thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just now, that video, you know,
The towel.
yeah, and the what he got the Everlast towel. He got the towel from Everlast.
You got the
Man,
Velcro towel.
it never fall off.
Every time you whoop
It
somebody's
whoop your
ass
ass.
and it still had a towel on, that's some impressive shit. Even though it's dirty.
Yeah.
Like
So
you did this too many times to know how to put enough pressure on the towel for it not to fall off like whooping some ass.
man, fighting at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, it's sad, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate the fact that all these generations of music industry people is now about to be exposed, and all they dark secrets. Sometimes, what did TJ say? You got to swallow. All right, man. This nigga got them fucked up, man. He got them messed up. He got them messed up, man. This is this is terrible, man. You
Yeah.
got you got the whole country, from politicians to music moguls and the rest of the stuff, man. I just feel sad for the people who got caught up in the mix. I
Oh,
don't feel
look.
sad for him. I feel sad for all the people who got caught up that when they dropped the horse tranquilizer, you know, in a drink, or then the people I feel bad for, the
Yeah.
ones who got caught up, the ones who engage in the act. That's y'all fault.
Yeah. You too. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's unfortunate, man. And I'm pretty sure, they're gonna he's gonna have to give up some big fish before they can start chipping away at his 200-year sentence. So yeah. But yeah, man, anything you got to say to the folks, man? I know we getting long with it. We're gonna get ready to roll up out of here, man. Anything
man. I'm
folks?
gonna say a happy birthday coming to my man. Boom, boom,
Oh,
on
Libra
Big
season.
Saturday.
Libra
Big
season's in
Saturday.
here.
Woo,
Yes,
woo,
sir.
woo, woo. And I want to say prayers to my nephew and his grandmother. She had passed. I hate the situation and everything. But yeah, I just want to tell everybody, stock up on what you can right now, and because this right here, this shipping thing, it's gonna be some real damage to the pockets. And just hope everybody be safe, man, and then prayers for the people in Carolina and Tennessee. Who got hit by the storm, the hurricane, and the flood and everything. Just wish everybody love, peace, and joy, baby.
Yes, sir. That's the best way to be, man. Definitely, like you say, definitely wishing everyone that's been affected by that storm. Uh, my state is turned upside down on the western side, so definitely anybody that's nearby, definitely support them, man. Get them the help that they need. But yeah, Max, like Max said, he said it all for the most part. So I'm just gonna piggyback on that and roll up out of here. We'll definitely see you guys next week. Keep supporting the podcast, and we'll keep doing our thing next Wednesday or Thursday, depending on what my baseball schedule is like. We'll rock with you one way or another. So peace, man, y'all. Y'all be safe, and we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, that is no more storms.
Yeah.